Howdy, howdy, howdy. Today is September 27th, 2016, and welcome to the garden tour for September. Alright, let's get going. Alright, so we head on over to the grapevine, which I pretty much neglected. There's still some fruit on here, most of which is kind of rotting, just because I kind of went blah with it. I mean, there's still some good fruit, which I'll occasionally come out here and munch on. But I didn't really do too much with jelly or anything like that. I just was very unmotivated. And as I take you along the garden, you may know why. But anyway, as we continue on here, over here with the sunchokes, the groundhogs, just, you know, are the bane of my existence. That's pretty much going to be the story for very much the majority of the garden. Between the groundhogs and the bunnies, most things have just been chomped down. Like, I'm gonna probably dig up a little bit of these, to see how some of them grew. I'm gonna keep the other ones in there for next year, because these are a perennial type thing. But I also want to see if I actually like to eat them. Otherwise, they're, you know, might be used to either used for fodder or like compost and things like that. Alright, over here, again, between the groundhogs and the bunnies, the turnip, you can see right there with the close-up, you know, got munched on most of the way. They don't seem to like them too much, but yeah. These are some sort of greens, which have also been chomped on by the bugs and by the frost we had the other day, so that's kind of fine. The green beans that I tried to grow here, the bunny or groundhogs got to, even after I, you know, with the cage that was here, which I tried to do some radishes, but again, they just lift them up, so I'm going to need to do better fencing or whatnot. But the one surviving cherry tomato is still going on. I'll come out here and munch on them from time to time. Some of them I won't get to, like over here, because I wasn't on top of picking. It's kind of split, but it's fine. Alright, so over here, where I had some volunteer jalapenos, you can still see the jalapenos on there are still alive. I didn't want to pick them because I just wanted to show you guys. Basically, the groundhog will come in, eat the leaves, leave the jalapenos because it doesn't like the spicy, which is fair. So, yeah, it's one of those things where I can get something, but not a lot. Then over here, the cherry tomatoes are still kind of going, just because the groundhog just pulled the rest of that down. The onions, they seem to leave alone, so that's a safe crop. These were the spring onions that I transplanted over here, so I'm going to see if I can make a actual bulbs on them and see if we can do it that way. And you might be able to see a bunny. Alright, the bunny's just hiding now. But anyway, over here in these beds, I was playing with some charcoal and stuff and like that. Kind of top dressing it, mixing it a little bit just to see if I can improve this soil anywhere, any particular ways. Just because, you know, I'll have campfires and stuff. And this is just going to be now like a flower bed, I think, from now on. It seems to do okay. Some perennials popped in there. And then some mulching with some charcoal like I've done on some other beds just to, I don't know, try something different. Then over here, I have the cover crop of the turnips. Just kind of there. Just letting that just kind of do its thing. The tomato that I transplanted here, there might get some fruit if the groundhogs don't decide to munch on them. But yeah, this is the main section of the garden. I'll take you to the other parts. Alright, over here, in this thing, it's kind of the entranceway from the side yard to the main garden. But I actually wanted to point out the Goji Berries. I mean, they're fruiting. I don't think these are going to be ready because if I remember, these are supposed to be red. But that's a good sign, at least, that it's might produce. Actually, there is one red one there. So, I'll get a taste of goji for my first time. And then there's going to be the rosemary here, which is very nice. But yeah, now we're going to scoot over to the center garden and take a look at what's going on. Again, surprisingly, not a lot because of the groundhog. But anyway, my onions that I put out, letting them go, seeing how far I can kind of push them. I'm going to see if maybe I can make some bulbs from next year, because I was expecting these to get bigger. I can always use them as onion greens and whatnot, but we generally use more onions than onion greens, and yes, I know you can kind of use them slightly interchangeably, but sometimes you just want to cut an onion. It's a little easier. But anyway, the potatoes here are just kind of doing. I'm going to let them kind of go until the tops die off from the cold, and then kind of pull them up and just get the tiniest bit of more potatoes. But again, I just want to point out with the jalapenos, groundhogs just ate all the leaves, took a couple bites out of a couple jalapenos, but they're like, it's too spicy. But yes. Then over here, I actually am going to get a couple of beets. So if we take this guy off just to show, there is at least one nice beet. Two nice beets, and then some decent little ones. So for pretty much an entire season, getting a couple of beets, slightly disappointing, but that's just kind of how it goes with the pest problems. Then more turnips over here, which most of them got munched on, but there's a nice solid turnip there. And carrots are going to be another one of mystery, because again, they've been set back a couple times, too many times, between being munched on, being shaded out by the ground cherries, which I kind of just let go. Again, ground cherries will occasionally get munched on by those critters, but nothing too bad. Alright, so now the only part of the garden that's still doing pretty good. It's the fenced off garden, which, makes me go like, yeah, maybe I should do more fencing. Which I'm going to. I just need to get around to it and, have the stores get restocked. But anyway, volunteer tomato plant is doing. It's kind of shading out the celery, which is just about ready to come out, which I might pull out for some lunch and snacks. The romaine, doing fantastic. I need to start harvesting that pretty regularly now for lettuce for the next couple of weeks until the frost really comes. I'm very happy that I'm finally going to get some broccoli, which actually that looks just about ready to go. Nice tight, doesn't look like it's going to go. So that might be another one to harvest as well. And then there's the collard greens, which have just been attacked by the bugs because they kind of came back on their own or got seeded themselves. And I'm not a huge fan, I realize. So, while it looks pretty and is good, it's just not something that I'm going to probably be eating. So I might do some stuff culinarily with it, but whatever. The beans here, they are the pole beans, but I didn't bother to, pull them up. So they're kind of just traipsing around, and there's a couple of good beans here that I've picked on. The ones over here are actually doing better because I actually give them the little trellis. And then the chard is still doing really good. So yeah, there's that. There's the moth-eaten cabbage. But this part actually has growth. But yeah. Alright, up here in the container garden, it's pretty much done for the season. Mainly because the groundhogs will literally still come up here, hop in here, and just tear everything out and eat everything. I'm surprised that some of the stuff is still even standing, like the cucumber there. Very surprised. But again, they pretty much ate all the leaves off the peppers. left me the peppers themselves, so thank you for that. But that was a sweet pepper there, and that one's just, you know, obliterated. And then the tomatoes and stuff just did not go too well, and I just kind of gave up and got disheartened. And then over here with the trial beds, I need to figure something out with those, just because they're a weedy mess. And again, anything that I tried to grow that the groundhogs like and the bunnies like will just get eaten. Even that little fenced off area, which had mustard greens and, you know, a chard, which I'm surprised they didn't devour the chard. Yeah, so I have to do a revamp of something. We got a little bumblebee on the basil. Hello, bumblebee. But yeah. Alrighty, folks, so I just wanted to take a second, you know, address getting disheartened in the garden. It happens sometimes, especially with pest pressures of, you know, different things. And, you know, that's okay. I suffer through it. We all do. So, you know, just try your best. Kind of get what you can. I'm going to see what kind of, you know, root vegetables and stuff I can get here. Maybe make a nice roasted root type thing. Because I want to clear this bed out to plant the garlic. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do garlic here, or maybe over here. But since the onions are there, and I had garlic over there, I'm thinking this is going to be the main garlic bed, because this gets a good amount of sun. And this way I can get some nice, bigger, fatter bulbs. Because I do like my garlic. It's one of those things that the pests don't get all of, or like really any of, which is great. And then over here, might do a lot of potatoes, because they don't seem to, you know, go after the potatoes, or onions. So that might be these spots here. I need to figure that plan out. I am going to try to get some more fencing at some point and do those. I kind of want to do the fencing like this with the cedar posts and stuff, because I think that looks nice. But I might just do the T-posts because they are cheaper. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. You may see, you know, the harvest of this. Might do another quick one. Might post it on Facebook. I'm not 100% sure because I'm kind of, again, disheartened. But yeah, so I'm going to do that. Maybe you'll see next year, or maybe later this year if I actually get to it, putting up that fence. If I can get around to it and find it, because that seems to be a problem. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, guys. Bye.